Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Star Fox Adventures. In the last episode, we bought the golden root and returned it to this guy, who in turn offered us a chance to prove ourselves. He lowered this pad up for the ground and said, "The call of the Snowhorn will begin your quest." Remember this from Dark Ice Mines? All those times ago. And now begins a little trial of basically, you blow the horn on each pad, and then that unlocks the next pad, and you have a limited time to get to it, and you kind of continue like that. It's like one of the run through the rings thing, but with pads instead of rings. You get a bit of an extension of time whenever you blow the horn. And it takes us through this area of Snowhorn Waste that we've not actually seen before, because it was behind. I think we could get here, because we could flame through that thing at any point, but there wasn't really much to do. Here, we need to shoot this guy in the face. And that, like last episode, no, 2 episodes ago, caused the tree to collapse, because apparently the evil force with the eyes spitting at it was the only thing keeping the tree upright, which is odd. But then if we blow the horn here... Now down there, we do know, that's down near the Bribe Claw. Well, in that kind of area, which we can get to by going down here. Because this will lead us right out into that kind of valley. Oh my god, there are a lot of snarp blocks here. There we go, we've got loads of time here as well. This is one of those challenges, again, that you'll never realistically fail. Unless you really get kind of... I'm fortunate because I seem to have, and fortunately my LPs have actually corroborated this fact, that I have quite a good sense of direction in games. And I've got that map in the bottom left just in case that goes to shit, but generally I'm quite good at knowing where I am and where things are in relation to things. I guess if you're not, this could be a bit of a challenge for you. If like... So that there it reveals the pad and you're like, I have no idea where that is or how to get to it. But in reality, I don't find that particularly challenging, so this is never really much of a problem. The next one's up here by a very sleepy Garundate. Has he just been standing here the whole time? Oh, the life of a gatekeeper, it's not an exciting one. And the final pad is up there, and we've got a minute and a half to get up for it, so we've got ages. There's an odd amount of black screen between each kind of time we blow it, and it shows the next one, and then it kind of goes onto the black screen for a bit too long enough to make me slightly nervous of like, oh god, has my copy of Star Fox Adventures finally died? Because this is one of the few... Oh my god, what was I saying about I won't really fuck this up? God, I've still got a minute though, I've got ages. Yeah, Star Fox Adventures is pretty much the only GameCube game that I've owned since it came out, play fairly regularly, but that has still never died on me. Like, my copy of Sunshine died and I had to get a new one, my copy of Wind Waker died, I had to get a new one, copy of Nightfire, awesome game, died, and I had to get in. Well, I got that one fixed actually, but generally, like, most of my GameCube games are kind of dead, because when I was a kid and had them, I wasn't particularly good with them. I'm better now. But this one has never stopped working. This is my original copy of Star Fox Adventure from 12 years ago. But so whenever I get a kind of extra long black screen, I get a bit worried, like, like it's finally decided, nope, I am done with your shit, Doctor, after all these years. But fortunately it's not, at least for now. I'm going to say that I'm just going to die halfway through this LP, isn't it? Ugh. I don't even know how much these things cost anymore. Like, GameCube games now getting to the point where they're kind of their scarcity... Oh, I thought I'd fallen into the river again. GameCube games are getting to the point where, like, their scarcity is starting to overcome their age. So like about 6 years ago, they were all dirt cheap because they were really old. You like get most of them for like 6-7 quid. But now, because they're now getting rarer, they're starting to go kind of in value again. As in, I recently had to repurchase Mario Sunshine because I love that game. Mine died, and that was like 16 quid pre-owned, which is unusual for a GameCube game, and normally expected about 3 quid. And some are really expensive as well. Like I still have somewhere my GameCube copy of Twilight Princess, which I believe they sell for about 70 or 80 quid, and they did like when they were pretty much new, because apparently none of them were ever made and they were always really rare, so that's awesome. Why did I just run into the fire? I'm an idiot. If you're wondering where I'm going to that gate that we saw opening, because that's actually up here! Just over here. Oh god, there's a lot of shit going off here. Because if you talk to this guy, he says...
Thank you, Fox, and good luck on your quest.
I don't recall ever giving him my name. Though then again, maybe he's not referring to us as... Oh, there's the final 2 fuel cells in Snowhorn Waste as well that I said we couldn't get before. Maybe he was just calling us Fox as in species, as in we would call him Snowhorn. He was just calling us Fox, but there was a capital letter in the subtitles. It's like there was a bit, I didn't point it out at the time, but back in Walled City, the King Earthwalker refers to us as Star Fox. I'm pretty sure that's not actually his name. I think Star Fox is the team he's part of or something like that, but his name is not Star Fox. Though in fairness, Fox is an odd name anyway. As in, like, his father's called James. Like, that's a normal name, but it's like, oh, my son is a fox, so I'm just going to call him Fox McCloud. It's like me calling my child Human. It's just a weird... I don't know why you'd do that. But yeah, Krazoa Shrine now. This is probably the most irritating Krazoa Shrine, because, yay, it's a mechanic we haven't seen for ages. I call it that fuel barrel. Get used to seeing that fuel barrel. In case that wasn't enough, oh look, there's laughing birds. Come on, die. There we go. Die. Die. Yeah, one of those has got to fit it. Yeah. Just also to fuck you over slightly more with that fuel barrel, as you will notice, ice physics! Yay! In a monkey ball section. So this is all great fun. I'm going way too fast. Oh god, slow down, Doctor, slow down. Oh, I'm good. I'm so good. And kerplunk. So, now we can move on. But not very far, because when we get here, we'll see... Oh, there's a fuel barrel pad. Look at that! So, we need to go back and fetch another fuel barrel, and you can see how this starts to progress. Though actually, we don't have to come back after this. We then, once we pick up the fuel barrel this time, we keep it with us for the entire dungeon. Well, Krazoa Shrine, really. It's not really a dungeon. Though dungeon is a very odd word, I was thinking for, like... It's odd that you think of kind of the main trials in any like, adventure game like this or a Zelda game as being either dungeons or temples, neither of which are particularly... Like, a dungeon is just where you lock someone, and it's normally just like a little cage somewhere. It's like a prison or something, which is an odd phrase for it, and temple makes even less sense. But I guess they've just become a thing. So, if we put this down here, there's a suction machine coming over to get it. But there's fire in the way. But if we flick this switch... the fire goes away, but switches to the opposite side. So what we need to do is cleverly time it, that once it's past that fire, we switch the fire onto the left, and then once it's past the left side and coming back onto the right side, no, once it's past the right side and coming onto the left side, we switch again the fire to disable it on that side, and then the suction thing should drop off our barrel nicely on the end, and we can swim over and get it. This is going remarkably well so far. I normally struggle with this, but I really shouldn't have said that out loud. Now the game knows. But there's only one little bit left here now. All we have to do is... Oh, bugger. Holy shit, did that work? Ho-ho! King me! That was fantastic. What we need to do now is put it down on this final panel while we deal with this fellow. So I haven't worked out quite what the difference between blue and yellow Sharpclaw is. Whether, I think the yellow ones might block slightly more, but he's dead. Now all we have to do is collect the barrel, and then with good timing, throw it past the wall of death, and hit that crack in the wall. When the center one goes down, whoop! And we got it. That is the end of that fuel barrel, which went really well. Time for a Krazoa test. You, sir, what have you got to offer today? Test 4, the test of strength. Use your strength against this Sharpclaw. If you succeed, I'll become yours to return to the Cisoa Palace. Test of strength. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? And yes, it's exactly the same. And I'm using the same tactic I developed back in Lightfoot Village. This one is much easier, though. As in, I've normally never had any problem with this one either. It takes, about 4 seconds. It's weird that they throw you that, because A, we've already had a test of strength with the exact name, Test of Strength. And also, if you've... To get this far in the game, you have to have beaten the Musclefoot's test, and the Musclefoot test is way harder, so it's kind of odd that they'll make an easier test after a hard one, but doing exactly the same thing. As in, if you can button mash fast enough to beat the Musclefoot test, you must be able to do this one, so it's kind of odd. It would have made more sense if they might have thrown you this one earlier. But all the Krazoa tests are pretty easy. As in, there was the test of observation, which is quite difficult to fail. Test of combat, which... I blazed through the test of combat. The test of fear is the only really problematic one. Then that one's pretty straightforward. And the final one, I guess, is kind of... The final one can be annoying for some reasons that it shouldn't be. But I'll explain that more when I get to it. Oh, and there's a final one after that, actually. Well, there's 2 more, aren't there, of course. But, well, I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll talk about them more when I get to them. But for now, yeah, we've got to deliver this thing to Cisoa Palace, so I will see you back at the Warpstone. Fact of the day. This game originally was not, as you can probably see, intended to be a Star Fox game. It was developed for the N64 and was called Dinosaur Planets, and featured all new rare character that looked kind of like a fox anyway, and Tricky was still around in it. And Crystal was kind of the other counterpart to that. And the game was about half finished, I think, before they transferred it to the GameCube and added fox characters into it. But yeah, like, whereas you only play as Crystal for a tiny portion of the game, in that game you could choose freely between Fox or Crystal, and they were both supposed to have different powers. I can't remember what the fox was supposed to be called. It wasn't Fox, it was just a fox. But yeah, and at any point you could switch between which playable character you were playing as with this guy, who back in the day was not the Warpstone, he was the Swapstone. And so this place was originally called Swapstone Hollow rather than Thorntail Hollow. But that's irrelevant now because this is a Fox game, apparently. Let's go. Again, I'm going to try and race through this Cisoa Palace. Like, not speedrunning again, but just, this is a very quick one, so I'm going to whack another minute on the clock. Yeah, I'm going to whack another minute on the clock, and I should be able to beat it before then. I reckon I can do this in closer to 30 seconds than a minute. I would probably say 45 seconds. Go. Well, no, we'll start it when I'm actually real. 3, 2, 1, go! Whee! Little glitch here. If you press Z to use the viewpoint, the camera stays in the same place, and the lift goes up without you. But then you're still on the lift. Haha! Throwing that in just to mix it up a bit. Right. Now we only need to be on the first floor, so we just go up here and to the right. And I'm gonna get what I need ready because this entrance is guarded by a portal device. And I've come down the wrong bloody way, haven't I? Bollocks! Oh, I might not do this in a minute. Oh, I should have gone on the other side. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and open the portal. Only a couple of uses left on the portal device now. Really not very common. And 3, 2, 1, done. Ooh, wonder what that was. It felt like about 40 seconds. Yeah, there are only 3 more times in the game we use the portal device. It's an odd power, but I like it. It has its own little odd charm. And just like that, whee! That's our 4th Krazoa Spirit release, so we are more than halfway to freeing Crystal, which is awesome. And they're all kind of orbiting around there, menacingly in that device, whatever the hell that device is, or why she's trapped in it, or who trapped her in it, and all these questions we don't get answers to until right at the end of the game. Have fun with that. Some are never answered. Much as I love this game, I can see its plot holes, which is part of the beef that some people have with it, I imagine. But still beats the other Star Fox games, in my opinion at least. Anyway, enough controversy, let's have a little cutscene. Or not. Come now.
Fox, my boy! 3 spellstones down and only 1 to go! You seem to be getting the hang of this! Now then, it's time for you and Tricky to go to Dragon Rock. Your toughest challenge yet.
That's easy for you to say, but where do I find the Gatekeeper?
He is closer than you realize. He who has no voice has plenty to say.
So that's a slightly cryptic hint there as to who the next Gatekeeper is. And essentially, I think we should know who he is by this point, but we probably don't. I never knew this when I was younger, just because I never bothered talking to the Thorntails. But apparently, see that Thorntail over there? If you talk to him, he just kind of mumbles at you. He doesn't really say any words. But now we know something. The Warpstone's given us a little hint, so if we talk to him now...
I should have guessed there was something odd about you. The Warpstone said I should find you.
I haven't spoken since something terrible happened. Something that I am ashamed to admit. I too attempted to save our planet, but I failed.
Tell me, what happened?
I led a group of dinosaurs against General Scales. He learnt of our plan before we could act, and launched a full-scale offensive against us. We never stood a chance. He imprisoned 3 of my closest friends on Dragon Rock, and it is also where he has taken the Spellstone.
So how did you survive? If Scales let you go, it could only be because...
I am the Gatekeeper. The gateway to Dragon Rock is now open. Please help my friends. They are on your side.
So that was an interesting little cutscene. Apparently every single Thorntail is the Gatekeeper as well, according to what we saw there. But, ooh, we've just got enough time for this, I think. Let's go up to Dragon Rock. So that was a kind of a cool bit of plot there that kind of gives a little bit of backstory to Scales' invasion and taking over the planet, because otherwise we just kind of assumed that it happened. But it's also a really weird thought to think about Thorntail leading an army, because they seem so kind of like little and peaceful. They're herbivores for fuck's sake, but oh well. So, on to Dragon Rock we go. The final dungeon world. I hadn't actually called it Dragon Rock before, so I've been trying to keep it secret, because Dragon Rock's awesome. So, let's see what General Pep has to say. Or Slippy.
General Scales has unleashed the full force of the planet's dark energy, mutating Dragon Rock into a desolate wasteland. He's captured a number of dinosaurs and is planning to change them into powerful killing machines. It's rumored that one such creature already exists. This final spellstone will bring Dinosaur Planet back together. Slippy out.
Dark energy and all that. Mutants? Oh, it's all exciting stuff. But on this challenge we have to go through all 10 gold rings, and it's been a long time since I did this, so I can't actually remember where they all are, so that's going to be interesting. We're going to have to do this essentially blind. That's going to be fun, so I'm not really going to be going for score on this one so much. That's one. And there's a second one there, good. I'm going to be going quite slowly. Normally I use the booster a fair bit, but I'm not going to dare do that on this, because let's try and not get hit by that. Oh, nope, let's get hit by that, actually. That worked. Right, there's an upgrade on the left. There's a gold ring on this side too. Okay. And gold ring over here. Yes. Okay, good. This is going well. Is that a gold ring or is that a silver ring? Bollocks, did I miss a gold one? No, okay, okay, that was a silver. Whew. That one had a little C thing inside it. And let's get that one. Oh, that was close. Felt like I was going to miss that. And that's 7. And this one here is 8. Yeah, this one, you see what I mean when I say it's not too challenging, this one. Oh god, this one's moving. Come on, come on, come on. Whoop! There we go. There we go. That was good. And then the final one in the centre. Like, this one isn't so difficult as some of the others, as in they're all really obvious because you have to get in all 10. Like, they're not really particularly well hidden. Awesome! That went really well, actually. I was worried I was going to fail that. Still not really failed anything this game. Was I really going to say I've not failed anything? Fucking test of strength. The muscle foot test, obviously. But anyway, I'm quite gonna have time to start Dragon Rock, but you just get to look at how awesome it is. Desolate wasteland, lightning, towers, spikes. No dragons, actually. Odd name. But yes, thank you very much for watching this episode of Star Fox Adventures. I have been the Doctor. We have successfully gained our fourth Krazoa Spirit, and deposited at the palace, and made our way to the 4th Spellstone Land Dungeon World thing. Which has some really creepy music as well. So yeah, hope you'll join me next time for Dragon Rock. Good day.